Hey, what's up? Jag Mangit for Jaggy Sports. Who's gonna win the NBA title? Now, that is a good question. Um, Tim Legler does his thing and explains on him saying that the Golden State Warriors are gonna win the title, but I don't know. It's a tough call because you got two other healthy teams, as in the Nets and the Phoenix Suns.
Has vaulted the Grizzlies into fourth place in the West, though at Caesars Sportsbook they only have the 8th best odds to win the West. Again, Suns and Warriors remain on top both in the standings and the odds to win the conference, as well as the NBA championship for that matter. Let's bring in our NBA analyst Tim Legler and talk about those Golden State Warriors. Tim, currently again fighting with the Suns at the top spot in the West and in the NBA. There's so much good, specifically with the Warriors, to look at. What stands out to you the most?
Yeah, I think, Sage, we've been so consumed with the greatness of Steph Curry and particularly this chase for the three-point record. We focus so much on their offense because it is unique, it is special, it is fun to watch. But to me, their defense is the reason that this team now is a legitimate threat to win it all and why I think they actually will win it all, assuming that they can get guys back and then stay healthy with their key guys. Their activity level, the amount of deflections, the number of help and recovers, the way they chase guys off the three-point line, it is special, and it's special every night, and that is a sustainable way to win. When you don't need to make shots on a given night to win games, that's when you've got a championship caliber team. And I think some of their additions, look at a Gary Payton now and his impact on this lineup and the minutes he's getting. Draymond Green obviously now has ramped it back up to that defensive player of the year type status when I think over a couple years he wasn't in that mindset because they weren't very good. Well, he's back doing that again. Otto Porter, 3 blocks last night, a great addition in his length on the wing position. So this is a team that takes the mentality every night. We're going to make your life miserable on the defensive end of the floor, and they know they've got plenty of offensive firepower, but that's not where they hang their hat, and I do not think we give them nearly enough credit for how good they are defensively. I think this is as good a defensive team as any of the teams that Steph Curry has played on since this team became a championship caliber team, even before Kevin Durant.
Wow, that says a lot, Tim, because during that championship run, everybody talked about the offense and everything with Steph and Clay, but that defense was excellent then, so that gives us some context for sure. Stephen, though, I mean, he's been another level at 33 years old, turning back the clock to that MVP level when he won him back-to-back 2015, 2016. What do you think, big picture, Tim, that this would mean to Stephen and his legacy if he were to come back and lead this team to a title after all of that, after all the injuries, after Kevin Durant leaving?
Well, listen, I don't have a crystal ball, but I can certainly make predictions. And I think Steph Curry's either going to finish first or second in MVP voting this year. I think the Golden State Warriors right now are the front runner to win a championship. If he wins a championship with this group, and we're assuming he's going to get Clay back at some point, but if he wins one with this group, to me, that is the greatest accomplishment of Steph Curry's career. And you're talking about a guy that's been a unanimous MVP, 2-time MVP, 3-time champion. This group, going into the season, had no business to think they could have the best record in the NBA. And yet it's primarily driven by his greatness offensively and the amount of attention he commands every single possession and how easy he makes the game for other people. So you're going to start to see Steph Curry cement himself in arguments when you start ranking players. Look, most people would have him maybe right now in the top 20 all time. He pulls this off, and this team wins a championship, and maybe he's MVP, maybe he's runner-up. Either way, you're talking about now, to me, it's not going to be debatable. He's top 10 all time, and there will be some people that would maybe push him closer to that top 5 all time if he pulls this off. And remember, there might be more to follow this season, Sage, because the way he looks, it doesn't look like it's going to slow down anytime soon. And, you might have a full year with Klay Thompson next year. So who knows what still is in the bag for this group of guys. But for me, this is the cherry on a beautiful Sunday that we've already had out of Steph Curry. If he gets it done this year and gets this thing across the finish line with this particular group, because this was not a roster that was championship-worthy going into the season.
No way. And everybody said after Kevin Durant left that they're done, this is over, they're aging, and it's incredible what they've done. Klay Thompson comes back. He, in particular, hungrier than ever. How about Lakers and Suns tonight in their second game without Anthony Davis as LA? Sidelined with an MCL sprain in that left knee. Tim, what concerns you the most about this Lakers team?
Well, I just think this is a team that defensively, even if they're fully healthy, if all of those guys are out there, I just think defensively, this is a team that does not have the commitment, energy level, effort level to be able to guard teams like Golden State and Phoenix that move it the way they do, that shoot it the way that they do, that have the player movement that they incorporate into their offense. It takes an incredible amount of sacrifice, effort, energy, commitment, paying attention to detail. And I think this roster with 11 guys over 30 years old is built for the postseason. And they're going to mud through the regular season, and they're going to have a lot of nights where they just don't look like they're that interested in the defensive end of the floor. Problem is that switch is not going to turn on in the postseason. I don't care if Anthony Davis is healthy on April 15th, Russell Westbrook, LeBron James. I think this team is cooked. If they have to play Golden State or Phoenix or probably even Utah in a first-round series, they're not winning that series. And if they are able to get by a team like Utah, they're not getting past Phoenix or Golden State. Those teams are too cohesive, and they make you work too hard on the defensive end of the floor. And, by the way, they're also elite-level defensive teams. So they're also going to make you have to earn it on the other end. I just don't like the construct of the roster. And I think where these guys are at in their career, very difficult to think that you can ramp it up for a 2-month run when most of the regular season has either been irrelevant or you're constantly dealing with guys in and out of the lineup. I think it's too much to overcome for the Lakers to where they're going to have to dig themselves out of.
It's a tough call because if you think about it, Warriors are in great position to land the championship ring. 100% are. So with the Phoenix Suns, their legit chances of winning the title are excellent too. But let's not forget, Kyrie Irving has decided to come back, and let's just say if he does end up playing every single road game that he decides to play, and not take a 2-week vacation because he wants to. Let's just say he does that. And you have Kevin Durant, also you have James Harden, you have a supporting cast that can help them get to the finals and possibly win it. I don't know about Tim Legler and saying the Golden State Warriors are going to win because, like I said, having Kyrie in the lineup has the biggest impact on the entire NBA. And the reason why you don't see these trades when I said December 15th was because everybody's in health and safety protocols now. So it's kind of like that derailed the whole trade aspect of it, even though you're about less than 2 months away, and you definitely got some stuff to talk about. So I just think that the Nets have the greatest chance to win the NBA championship if Kyrie is in the lineup, which I think he is, because he said that he would join in on road games. But like I said, if he is in the lineup, I have the Nets winning the championship. Even though he's only played road games. In the finals, he'd play games 1, 2, 5, and 7. But remember, the road game is game 7, so if Kyrie plays game 7, just rewind it back to 2016 and see what he did there. That's why I picked the Nets to win the NBA championship in 2021-22 season. This is Jag Mang at Jaggy Sports.